Well, good morning, everybody. It's been a gorgeous day so far. We haven't seen anything on the radar, likely not going to today either. That's going to change as we go into the second half of the work week. Today, though, looking great, so you don't have to worry about anything really slowing you down on that afternoon commute. Maybe you're about to go to lunch. It's a gorgeous day to sit outside. I would recommend it. Just a gorgeous day out there. So the temperatures right now really not so bad. We're looking at not even to 70 for a lot of us here, with say 68 over Hunter, 72 over in Jessup. So it is a little bit warmer once you get closer to the Altamaha and further south, but Statesboro still hanging in at 65. So it's a really mild day out there, and we actually have a little bit of cooler air in that 7-day forecast. But in the short term, we're talking about just gorgeous weather for us today. But those impacts will be on the rise later on this week, especially on Friday. I just wanted to take you through the day here. Notice the wind. It's going to be 10 to 15 miles an hour from the east-northeast. But from now through the evening, even through sunset, we're really not seeing cloud cover whatsoever. It's going to be just a gorgeous day. You will need those sunglasses on your evening commute. So for this morning, it was very comfortable out there. Some of you maybe needed the heater, but on the way home, that's when I'm suggesting the sunglasses. You might just have the windows down, your convertible. This is great if you got a convertible here. So a lot of people tuning in here, saying hello back to you guys. Jessica on Facebook, Lisa, Melanie, Kimmy, Corey, Cheryl, Marie. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to continue on here with the next few hours. Again, if you can get out and have lunch outside, today is going to be the day to do it. Maybe even go on a run. It's to that point where you can actually go on a run in the afternoon without it being just completely gross outside. But we're going full sunshine here. A few isolated clouds out there. Otherwise, highs today in the 70s, really close to on target for typical highs that we'd expect for this time of the year. And those temperatures really not going to make it all the way up to 80, except for a couple of places possible. But either way you look at it, this is a gorgeous fall day for us. Now, if you have plans this evening, this nice weather extends into the evening time frame as well. Maybe you're going to see some clouds beginning to move in late tonight, overnight for sure, going into tomorrow. So that's going to hamper some of our temperatures falling further than they could. But looking at the lows for tomorrow morning, I do think that there are going to be some places that are a bit cooler than what we woke up to this morning. 40 is possible along and north of I-16 for sure, and then closer to the upper 50s down south of the Altamaha, and mid to low 50s there right along the coastline. Once you go in about 10 miles, you could drop off by a few degrees. So the city of Savannah going to be a little bit cooler than if you were on Tybee, Hilton Head, or along the coast. But everybody's talking about the rain. And we do have a first alert weather day for Friday because we are going to have a really good chance of rain that could impact the morning commute. And this is what's left of what was Hurricane Willa now over Mexico. That's the center of the low. But that's really not the big story with this anymore. It kind of got tore up by the mountains. But what's going on with this now is check out how much moisture this is. Once you get near the Gulf of Mexico anyways, you got moisture at play. But now we're looking at a good chunk of the entire state of Texas getting covered in rain, and they really don't need it with the flooding they've had going on. But all of this moisture, it's heading our way. So we can see it coming. We've got it timed out. We just got to wait for it to get here and see exactly how much we're going to get from this. So nice, high and dry here for most of the southeast, including us, Low Country and Coastal Empire. But all eyes are to the west for when this rain is finally going to arrive. We're not expecting anything to pop up today or anything like that. So what it looks like with those rain chances over the next few days is definitely going to highlight Friday for the day with the best chance of a washout. Now I know Thursday night is going to be very important because of Georgia Southern's big football game. I'm going to be out there with the WTOC Storm Chasers, so come say hello if you're going to be in Statesboro for the game. I'll have more details on that later on. But there will be a few showers in the area on Thursday, Friday. That looks like it's going to be the wetter day. And Chief Meteorologist Dave Turley and I just talking about how much rain can you expect. Well, models are kind of coming down on the higher totals that we saw, say, maybe a day or two ago. So now we're looking at maybe around an inch to a little bit less than that, maybe 3/4 of an inch or so. So the good news is that we're not going to have high impact flooding rainfall, but the rain that we need, enough for you guys to just know, hey, it's going to be one of those damp, cool days. And case in point on that, let's look at these temperature trends here for the next few days as well. Yes, Friday is that alert day, as my graphics take a second to pop up here, but 70s, wet sunny day with 70s, not so bad. and then we're going to cool down. So the next couple, or I guess at least tomorrow morning is going to be a bit on the cool side, but not so much Friday morning. That's going to be back in the 60s. We drop back to the 50s for the weekend mornings, and then go even a little bit cooler as we go into next week. So if you've been enjoying the fall-like weather, some of the mornings not going to be quite as fall-like as they have been, but coming up, we will have some as well. So saying hello to you folks in here if you guys have questions. Not too many questions in here today, but if you have them, of course, our inboxes are always open if you do for those weather-related questions, of course. But otherwise, a very calm, quiet day today. Still looking at those rain chances to increase Thursday going into Friday. Taking a look at the WTOC weather app here. It's a really handy tool to have, especially whenever you're trying to plan out your Friday night, because, hey, Friday night, you wait for it all week long. That hour-by-hour forecast can come in really handy. This is going through time here, and you can see when those rain chances start popping up. We do this manually, so it's not a computer forecast. It is one of the meteorologists here at WTOC doing that, and getting a peek at that 10-day forecast too. Notice that you could have some of these thunderstorms even embedded within these scattered downpours on Friday. Even though that's not a huge threat, there is a marginal risk for severe weather on Friday as well. So that's something that we're going to be watching, the chance for one or two stronger storms, but the severe threat overall is not very high, but it is there. So just important to note that. And coming back over to the graphics, showing you what's going on here on the radar, not much. Of course, that's going to change later this week. If you guys have questions, let's see, asking for an update on the tropics. Well, there is one area of interest out there, but there's actually a cold front that's going to come sweep through here and push it back out to sea. So the good news is that there's nothing that we really need to worry about right now. A new development tropics-wise. Now, the remnants of Willa will bring us that rain chance later this week, but overall not concerned about anything else that's going on out there. So hopefully that answers your question. James is asking, any more hot weather coming? Well, it's always a possibility, but it looks like for at least the next 7 to 10 days, those highs are probably going to stay in the 70s. So more fall-like, more seasonal, what they're supposed to be, what we're used to for this time of the year if you go back and look at climate data. So it kind of feels a little bit cooler than it has, and it definitely is, but we were so hot for so long that now that we're actually kind of closer to where we're supposed to be for this time of the year, it's really making it feel a little bit more fall-like than, say, if we were just kind of normal for the past few weeks. So if you guys have any other questions, I don't think that we've got hot weather on the horizon right now, but appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm looking at what you guys are typing in here on Facebook. If you're watching on any of the other devices, Amazon, Roku, Twitter, thank you. Hope you guys have a great day. And join Dave Turley, Chief Meteorologist Dave Turley, for the news at noon.